Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Colony Survival. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because I'm certainly excited to be back here with my 40 colonists, 41 beds, 0 unemployed, 735.8 food, 200 food used per day, and 495 arrows. I think it's fair to say that things are actually going pretty well for us. Today, I'd actually kind of like to start working on the main keep building, which is going to be right in the middle of these 4 castle walls. I do want to make it look good, but I realize I haven't left myself that much room to actually make it look good, so I'm a little bit torn on how exactly it's going to work, because if I build it the way I'm thinking of building it, which is, you know, walls would be sort of along here a little bit, so if we get rid of that one, if I build it along here, like the walls are going to sort of be there, which means we have this gap the whole way around. It seems like it would just make more sense to convert the entire set of walls into the keep itself, but then we lose the towers, and yeah, you can sort of see, if you'll forgive the pun on the channel name, you can see the conflict going on here. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we do here, because I do want a good looking building, but I also want, you know, some space in here. But then again, we are going to build way out around it at some point. You know what? Oh, you know what I have just realized? I have just realized that zombies frequently come up through the water. And I've realized that if I really want to make... if I want to make something really defendable here, we are going to need to build walls through the water, or around the entire lake at some point, which would be insane, so... I don't know. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take out the, dirt. I'm gonna put some brick in, and I think I'm gonna solidify the design, which is that this is gonna be, at least on the ground floor, a super wide building. Then as it goes up, it can sort of taper and get a bit thinner and look kind of interesting and have different balconies and that stuff. But I'm definitely thinking the ground floor, definitely gonna be a super, super wide structure. I'm also thinking that once these guys start waking up, we're gonna start moving the beds. We're gonna move the beds into the structure itself, so that I can expand over this way a bit, and start actually building this thing. Because I think today I'd really like to get the ground floor and at least some of the shape of the rest of it done. I don't want my colonists sleeping on the ground floor though. I want the ground floor to be crafting for the time being. So we're gonna give everybody, you know, they're all gonna have their crafting stations. Each type of crafting thing can have its own area, etc, etc. I want it to look cool. But I also need the zombies to all drop dead so that my colonists, there we go, thank you. So that my colonists get up out of bed so that I can go ahead and do my thing. So if I just rip up all of these, we're basically gonna move them into a spot that makes sense. I'm also gonna need to move the banner. Although the banner, I'm thinking I kind of know where the banner is gonna go, to be honest. So, we'll not worry too much about that. Let's just do... hold on, let's get these walls done first. So give me a bunch of stone real quick. So this is at a diagonal 1... wait a minute, what? What way are we doing this? Oh, we are doing it that way. Okay, that's... wait, 1, 2, 3. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. So that should be there. Alright. It's an interesting spot. Okay, that's a problem because I've just messed up the beds. Nice! Nice! Love that the building is going to be even thinner. This is going to look weird, but... one way or other, I'm gonna make it work. So that goes there. Then we go all the way over to here and go 1, 2, 3. Of course it is. Of course it's where the banner is. Put the banner there real quick. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right. So that's fine. Banner, I'm gonna remove real quick, and I'm gonna throw it there. So it is now right in the middle. And what we need to do here is just start building the walls up. Well, not building the entire walls, but building the this base layer so we can properly see where this structure is going to go. Then, of course, I need to put the beds back in, and yeah, there's still work to do. I'm also thinking the main entrance to this is going to be a little bit thinner than the main archway to the castle. But that's totally fine. Let's just go ahead then and throw down the beds. So we had 38 of them to place. I'm just going to place them all the way along here, which looks ridiculous, to be fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. So that's fine. We'll do it like this. Let's go ahead and go 1, 2. And I'm going to leave the corners open, actually. I'm not going to fill in those corner spaces, because I think it'll just add a little bit of detail to the building, which is going to be kind of important. Because fundamentally, this thing is going to be one big old gray box. That's where we're at with this thing. Big old gray box. And that's okay, as long as we put some details into that big old gray box, such as little cutaways in the corners, maybe some windows, maybe a bit of this, bit of that, you know, a little something, something, just to make it look like a remotely interesting structure. That's kind of what we're aiming for here. Just something that's even slightly more interesting to look at than what it is currently. So let's just do that. That'll be sort of the entranceway. Well, maybe it goes a little bit taller. I don't know. That'll do for the time being. But we'll just bring this whole thing around right up to the end, just over here. So that's fine. It does need another layer. So it's going to need one more layer of stone. And that just goes around like this. Just one layer so that we cover up the corners, we cover up the entranceway, which I'm probably going to cut away that bit that makes it look like an arch, because it doesn't look like an arch. Or I'm going to try and detail it a bit more to make it look like an arch, but we'll see. But let's just go ahead then and fill in this layer. Let's take a step back and see where exactly we're going to put some stairs and what exactly we're going to do to space out this ground floor to have all of the storage stuff that it's actually going to need. Also doors. Extra doors will probably be quite important as well. I should probably think about those doors. But we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so this is what we're looking at the moment. We have this kind of archway thing here, which obviously isn't perfect. You come in and all the beds are lined out like this, but also there's a bit of a ceiling. And there's a bit of an open bit of ceiling. So basically, all of this is floor currently. And that's fine. Because I'm thinking we are going to start putting some beds up here. And I think this is pretty much where the beds are going to end up going. They're going to go on this floor. And then we're going to put some staircases here as well, which are going to lead up, or maybe a sort of staircase thing here. Either way, we're going to have a staircase. I'm thinking sort of this spot. So we do that kind of thing. We can bring it sort of down like this. So this is going to have there's going to be a staircase here. Obviously, it's not going to have a, well, it could have a railing, we'll see. But either way, staircase thing there that's going to take you up to the next level, which will actually be thinner than the current level, which is probably a good thing. Otherwise, this whole structure is going to start looking really, really ridiculous. And it's already kind of going to look ridiculous, but that's okay as long as it doesn't look too ridiculous. So we'll see if we can keep the ridiculous in check. Now, let's see. Give me some torches there real quick. I want one there. And I think that'll be okay. I really do. In fact, let's go one further here. Put the torch there. So it lights that space up in a kind of interesting way. So I like that. I think that'll be a cool. This will be a cool space to walk into when there's actually a roof on it. Is my thinking. Now I do want to have a little look. I want to make sure that the zombies are being kept at bay, which it certainly seems like they are. Do we currently have? We actually don't have any wheat lying around, which is interesting because it doesn't look like, actually the fields I think are about to be harvested. Just looking at them, it does look like the fields are about to be harvested. We also have some wheat seeds lying around, so I think we're doing okay on that front. There we go. Take out a couple of zombies myself just to contribute to the cause. And I think when it gets to daytime as well, I'm going to move the banner up into this space just to properly get it out of the way for a little while, but I'm definitely hopeful that we can do some cool stuff with this main keep building. Definitely hopeful. Gonna need to change the floor out for wood as well. And then I do want to move all of these in like I said I was going to do. So I actually want to see if we can figure out a good system for all of this. I'm wondering if putting out all of the crafting stations, then leaving a gap and putting the storage crates behind them would be an idea, because then all they technically need to do is go like this and this, right? They just need to step behind them rather than kind of walk away, walk to the side, and walk like this. I do wonder if that would be quicker. And I do want to test that. So maybe we do that. Maybe, just real quick, I'm going to clear out my inventory of everything we have in here, or my hotbar of everything I have in here. Maybe not everything. But we'll grab this and a couple of these things. And that... Actually, let's just see if we can grab all of it, can we? Yeah, we totally can. So just grab all of that. And then we have space over here. So what we'll do is we'll throw oven, we'll throw furnace, we'll throw grindstone, and workbench. And then we'll do the crates like this. And we just need one more to throw there. And I want to see if that ends up being a bit more of an efficient method. I realize I didn't put the mint down either, so let me just go ahead and grab that and throw it just there. No, just like that. Just like that. There we go. So yeah, I want to see if that ends up being a more efficient method to do things. There's no real way of knowing just yet until one of them decides to turn around. But it kind of feels like it would be. And based on the fact that they're not moving, it definitely seems like... I guess the way to tell will be the arrow guy. If we see the number of arrows go up, but this guy doesn't move, then we've done the right thing here. But it is just going to be a case of waiting and seeing. Yeah, the number of arrows went up and he didn't move. So this right here has streamlined the crafting process. That's kind of nuts, actually. We're also in desperate need of some resources here. We don't actually have much iron ore. And we don't actually have much gold ore either. We do have a lot of iron ingots, though. So we're probably okay on that front. But it would be nice to get a bit more. I'll be honest. It would be kind of nice to maybe increase the production on those things, but I guess we'll see. Actually, to be honest, I think we need another mint. Just looking at this, I do feel like we need another mint. Hold on, what else is gold ore used for, though? Do we use gold ore in, or gold ingots in... We use it in making the mint. But we don't seem to use it in anything else. So if I put down another mint... I mean, putting down another mint is going to be, I guess, a case of going over here. So doing that kind of thing, and then storage behind it like that. Although we could take out some beds, as long as we leave one spare. We're fine. So recruit a colonist, and that new colonist is probably going to go work, yep, the new mint. Which is totally fine by me. Of course he does it the awkward way, but that's sort of to be expected. What else could we use then? We have a lot of leaves. We don't need another shop. We probably don't need another grindstone. But I'm feeling like maybe the shop needs to be opened up to purchase flax seeds, because we do absolutely need some flax seeds. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure where we go from here. I'm really not. I'm feeling like I want to get towards flax and all that stuff because we haven't done it yet, and there is a lot of stuff we still need to make. We need to figure out coated planks as well. Like, how do we do that? But based on the materials needed, it really does seem like the tailor shop is what's next, and that needs flax. So we need to go to the shop and we need to say that that guy needs to start making some... I can't actually make money there either. So I'm definitely feeling like what we need to do is go to this guy and say, hey, get me some flax seeds. You know, give me 10 of them. Give me 10 flax seeds and let's see what you can do here, buddy. You're not going to have the gold to do it yet, though. but that's probably okay. Also, looking at the resources, I feel like we probably do need more gold ore, and we probably do need more iron ore, because we are going to run out of ingots eventually. So maybe a couple more miners wouldn't hurt. Maybe a couple more miners on... I mean, we've only got one source of gold there, and I don't think there's any source of iron that we're not currently working, so we would need to do a bit more digging to actually find either one of those resources, so maybe we wait a moment. Maybe we get back to that later. Might not be a terrible idea. Might not be a terrible idea at all. I will say I'm very happy to report that in the top right there, we have surpassed, we have over 1,000 units of food, which is pretty big news. We also have 100 flax seeds. Wow. That's actually a lot. That is actually a lot. Let's go get a flax farm going. Let's get 2 of them. Why not? We have the food. I don't think we're gonna run out anytime soon, so let's get a couple of flax fields going. I don't know where to put them. I'm thinking here. So, flax farmer. Can we do 10 this way? Oh, we absolutely can. So 10 by 10. And 10 by 10 right here as well for the flax. There we go. And we're going to grab a crate as well. And we're just going to throw it right in the middle. And we're going to grab ourselves 2 more colonists. We don't have the beds, I realize. Probably going to want to fix that. But once we grab these 2 beds, and once we throw these 2 beds in here, we're in a spot where 2 more colonists brings us up to 215 food consumed per day. But these guys are going to be heading out to start growing flax, which means pretty soon, in a couple of days, we're going to be able to get ourselves a tailor, which means that we can start working towards some of the more interesting stuff, which I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about. Where did those guys... Where did they go? Oh, there they are. I was a little bit confused there. Oh, I'm so happy with this. I really am so happy with this. I really, really am. It's about time we got into flax. It has been a while. It's been taking us a bit of time. But I am definitely pleased. Let's go ahead then and work towards capping off today's episode. I think what I would like to do, to be honest, is I'm actually gonna, I think, I'm tempted to take some temperate logs and put a line of them around here, but logs are such a... they're an interesting resource because you can get a lot from them, you know? So I don't think we will do that. What do I... Oh, wait. Oh! Oh no, clay looks interesting. I'm also pretty sure that I can go to you and say, maybe make me some bricks. You know, maybe make me infinite bricks. Because that wouldn't hurt. And then we can maybe use some bricks to detail some things, which I think would be quite neat. We are in a slight tricky spot there, where it looks like we don't actually have the flax seeds necessary to... Yeah. Probably would have made a lot more sense for me to only have 1 flax field to start with. But this is a mistake I will live with. That's fine. I'm not going to stress too much about it. I think we just bought a bunch more, so we're completely fine. It looks like we'll be able to fill out those fields relatively quickly. And it also looks like they're all heading to bed, so let's go ahead and at least get started on the base level of this. Actually, let's just see if we can get the walls for this level done, then move some of the beds up here soon enough. We don't have to rush to move the beds up here. There's no real reason to, as long as we have beds. What are you coming up from the mines for? Do we not have enough beds underground? Because if we don't have enough beds underground, we need to fix that. Because I don't ever want the miners to see the light of day, you know? Like, that's a bad thing. Because then they start getting ideas. Then they start thinking about, like, freedom. And start thinking about how everybody else gets to breathe fresh air and they don't. And you really don't want that. You really, really don't want your miners thinking that they can see the sun. Because then they start praising the sun, and then they start thinking, oh, you know, maybe I... What I'm saying is I'm a complete dictator here. And, I'm not remotely sorry for it. I mean, think about it. These guys defend and do all the work, and I take all the credit. So, yeah, that's just the way it is. That's just the reality of this colony. It's not a democracy, in the slightest. And I'm okay with that. Anyway, let's go ahead and, just finish up this, stretch of wall right here. Just like so. I did decide to leave those gaps in the corners again, because I think that is going to add some nice levels of detail to the building. I'll probably chop out some sections a little bit later on as well to act as windows, because we really might as well. Otherwise, this is just going to be a huge gray box, and I really don't feel like, a huge gray box is remotely interesting to look at or something to be remotely proud of, so we're gonna do what we can to make this a little bit interesting. In fact, let's go ahead and take out some windows now. So I want a window there. And I'm gonna do the windows like this. I'm gonna do like double tall windows just because I can. So we'll do it like that. Then we'll go over to this side and we'll go here. And we'll go here as well. And here and here. So take those out. We could do some windows right along the front here. I guess that wouldn't hurt. Maybe we just open up the whole thing a little bit. So open up all of that. Open up that bit. And we can open up that bit as well. And then the bit in the middle can be opened up. And we should have, yeah. See, that right there just makes it look a little bit nicer. And with the chopped out bits in the corners, it actually works pretty well. So I like that. I do. We have our second story. We do need to put some wood up there for a floor. But we have our second story, and that's the important part. That is definitely the important part. So I suppose I should, number one, go ahead and lay out these beds. And, the more I look at this, the more I'm realizing that the beds really are not going to be on this floor, but whatever. That's probably fine. That's probably for the best. But I like it. I do. It's just a shame that we really have so much more to go.